Hello, my dear Leo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 16 and October 31st, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I used the Mary L Tarot with Mary White, and I have already shuffled and chosen your cards. So this is my shorter mid-month reading, and I will come back with a longer 15 card spread for the beginning of November readings. Then I also use a smaller deck as well, and I am still on the lookout for my next deck since my current, the Legacy of the Divine, is starting to get really worn out. I want to find something equally good. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to your reading, and then we will continue. Okay, my dear Leo, this is the past, so it might go in, stretch into the far past, but it might also be the recent past, like September or beginning of October. So we have the Five of Wands, and Five of Wands is a kind of conflict. And we see here the Leo figure here, kind of leaving conflict, I would say. So Five of Wands is a card when you need to compete with other people, because we all have our free will, and one have learned this way and one have learned the other way, and we need to kind of rub off on each other, because then you won't even know, you won't just know the way that you were taught by maybe your first original family or your conditioning. You will also know the truth about this from this other person that you are meeting. So you will kind of be fertilized with new ideas through those conflicts. But it seems it's not the most happy face on Leo, but I think you master this in some sense. We have small little like flying dots here. I don't remember the name of them, but for me they are talking about lucky events and kind of the divine being with you. And the redness here on the Leo's mane is terrific with this passion that we see, and you are moving forward. You are not going to stay in the old. If the conflicts aren't possible to solve, you will move on. Okay, you won't stay in that old darkness. You're kind of moving so fast that you are creating heat waves around you. Okay, very lovely. So it seems like Leo is fighting or running to get out of conflict. And the next card here is Judgment. So Judgment is also a very lovely card. It's the bird phoenix rising from the ashes. So I think we can rather clearly see that Leo's strength has been awakening here. This Judgment card is of course connected to Scorpio, since we have the bird phoenix. And Judgment is also like being on your path to your highest mission. It's 20. So it's connected also to the High Priestess card, having higher wisdom, higher visions of a situation. When the bird phoenix rise, they can see things from above and make a judgment call. So it might have been that what I'm feeling here, because I'm reading cards due to my feelings, is that maybe you weren't sure if you were right to go on as strong as you did with all this fire, and here it's like a yes. Okay, judgment, clear judgment, using your clear judgment, actually your inner core, your true strength. It's what I've been saying with you before, Leo, that you have been acting like a little bit like pussycats, like small kitty cats, and now you're waking up to your Leo self with the bird phoenix roar. So it's just a sum up of what you have been through, that you are not this tamed, domesticated creature anymore. You kind of dive deep into the roots of your strength. Leo is it's a kind of a royal sign. It's connected to the sun, the soul. So it's a soul sign, like soul nights, we can say. And some of you have really gone through the valley of darkness, and some of you might still be there, and some of you are dwelling in your own shadow. And there's also Leos that are really like still stuck in this, what the other Leos has come out from for a very long time ago. And this is this with pride and jealousy and envy and like me. So that was when you tried to get out of that state, was when you became the pussycat, the little kitty cat, because you try to make yourself small and not take so much room. But here you're supposed to take room again, but not in that ego selfish way, but in the soul's way. It's like the true you is waking up, the true inner core of you. The next card here is the Ace of Discs. So the Ace of Discs is a card that usually comes after death, and you have judgment here instead, so a big karmic showdown. And the Ace of Discs is a new chance, and it's connected to the earth, to the nature. So it's like a new chance for your true nature, I would say. And it's also a new chance for, it's like you're starting something new, maybe totally new on all different departments of your life. It has been this big judgment where you saw the truth about your situation. And I know through the readings I have done for Leo that you have been going through those big gateways of death, having to sacrifice a lot of the old to bring in this new thing. And it seems here that the new thing wants to come to you. It's a blessing, it's a chance. It's a very feminine card, so it might be that you get new chances within creativity with your work, creating something. It might also be a birth of something new, like a new idea or a new way to make money or a new way to live your life. It might also be like new way with locating. Okay, so Ace of Discs. So this is your past. This is the foundation to your reading. I will show it to you. So we see you come here like very fiery, and you do something. You're a little bit horrified to do this. It might be that you're fearing your own the consequences of your own action, and it really flares up in big flames here. But then it's Ace of Discs, so it's like a landscape or a forest that has been burned, and something new is growing here. So it's very beautiful. And we see the cow, the eagle, also both female attribute with the breast and masculine attributes with the penis. So it's very luscious. It's like very fertile. The cow, the bull is a fertility symbol. The eagle's wings come from the bird phoenix card. It's like having to be able to see things from above and know what you want to create in your life. You are not easily fooled or deceived by impossible dreams. You see the reality and you work out from reality to create something new and beautiful for yourself. And we also have this lingering symbol, kind of the snake. The snake, it's like a little bit of a always you need to be prepared for change of direction, to not be afraid of the snake, not be afraid of change, not be afraid of sacrifice. Life is not a flat line. You have a pulse. And also you have challenges will always come in. Life is challenging. If we were in heaven, we would be in heaven and be in paradise. We're not either or. We are at this 3D Earth kind of situation where it's almost like a boot camp. You need to go through a lot of challenges, and you have, Leo, you have gone through a lot of challenges, but now there's a new beginning. But always this, you need to keep in mind that this is not forever. Everything is going to turn to dust, so don't hold on to grasp in anything, and be fluid. Like you don't have to stay on the same work. You can be fluid. You can come up with new ideas. You can do things that's bringing the new in your life all the time. Okay, so that was in the past and this is in the now. So it's the second part of October 2017. And here we have justice, and it comes underneath the Five of Wands. So you have now both judgment and justice. And we see here how Leo has been rushing towards this judgment and justice. So justice is connected to Libra, and we currently have Jupiter being in Libra, and we also have the Sun has been traveling into Libra. Jupiter is moving out from Libra and into Scorpio as well. So that might be something it's going to affect you. And also we are going to have eventually Venus and Mars. Mercury is moving first into to Libra, and big things are going to happen there. Justice is a card about balance. It's a card balance with everything, also with fighting and giving and taking. Everything wants to be in balanced harmony. Also this with the war thing that you have here. It's a time for war, and it's a time for rebuilding after the war. So you need to not get stuck in one direction. The most important thing here with the Justice card, we see the feathers again. It's to see things from an above perspective, like what is the meaning of all of this? What is it that I'm supposed to learn here or to teach others? And what is the truth? Because we have truth in both those cards. Leo rushing towards truth. So it might be that you have been battling with some kind of dishonesty or untruths, and now you are not going to accept anything except the truth. And if it doesn't feel like the truth, you will probably rush on, okay? Justice, also here you have the woman is kind of petting the snake on her arm there. So it's again with this, to create balance, there sometimes need to be changes. I am seeing now our Earth and how balanced it is and it's spinning in perfect balance. But if something would to shift this balance, for example, if the poles were to melt and we didn't have the ice caps anymore, it might need to spin into a new point of balance. And of course that would be devastating with a snake, but this is sometimes what we have to face in our lives, that things need to spin until they find a new point of balance. Okay, so it's almost like a bird of prey falling from the sky is also what I'm seeing. So the next card really center. So this is the center for this reading, the center for why you have been forced to use all this force actually. So we'll see what we have here. Okay. Oh, it's the Seven of Swords. And all that is familiar with Tarot know that Seven of Swords is a card of lies and liars and thieves. Okay, so it might be that Leo are the liars or the thieves, and you're rushing away to start kind of a new life beyond this lying and cheating maybe. But most what I'm feeling is that this is what you have been running from. So Seven of Swords is something with this snake that you still fear and you still need to face. And we see the green here. They are kind of battling about a green jewel, smaragd. It's the smaragd, it's the word in Swedish, I don't know in any other language, but we see also their eyes is the same color. So they already have this within them. They don't have to fight for this jewelry. They already have this within them. I'm feeling that this is going back to this conflict that you might have had. We see the black raven, so again a feathered creature, and again with a snake. Snake and bird together is of course dragon. So this is ancient knowledge that you are fighting over, or ancient big happenings. So the raven is a kind of an unlucky bird. It's a beautiful bird. I love when I see ravens, but they always kind of wants to show me what I'm not seeing, like the lies that's being exposed to me in my life, how I'm lying for myself because I want the reality to be more beautiful, or how other people are lying to me, maybe out of courtesy sometimes, or maybe because they want to protect something, or maybe they don't want the consequences of telling the truth. So the raven is kind of the consequences of the truth. It calls you to see the truth. And the snake here, we are snakes. We are saying like that people are snakes, that you can't trust them. But this is a white snake. So this is something, it's like, again, a lie that wants to be seen. It wants to be exposed. All sevens are coming with challenges. They are challenging in that way that they are facing us with something that we haven't been able to do before, and now we need to be able to do it. It's what I heard Moji say a while ago, that you can't, a thief can't steal anything in an empty room. So that is what I'm meaning with you having the jewelry already inside of you. No one can steal your eye. No one can steal yourself. So you can't lose the greatest thing with you, your own consciousness. That no one can steal that away from you if you don't allow them and may let them make you unaware because you want their lies to be true. Okay, this is the center card, so it will probably reappear when I'm continue talking here. And here we have a Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is usually Sagittarius, so some of you might be involved with a Sagittarius, but it's mostly I think this card is so darn funny because it's someone that has kind of recognized their own strength. Maybe they thought they were a little puppy, and then one day they take a look in the mirror and they see that they are kind of some kind of wolf, man, bear kind of creature, okay, and that they have this strength. And we see again this light shining from their eyes with this strength. So if you see this picture, because this is the diagonal interpretation, if you see this picture in the mirror, you will of course become very frightened. This is the energy that's in this flash here. So what to do with this? You could destroy worlds with this. You can destroy your own world with this. You can burn bridges. You can destroy relationships. You can make yourself impossible at a workplace, for example. So what to do with this strength is Knight of Wands is asking. The Knight of Wands is traditionally kind of a very young energy that's going into it's very curious. It wants to find out why it's here and what is the reason for everything and how can we move along, because it's one of the most hasty moving of the nights, and you can see it's the flash. So it's very hasty moving. So Knight of Wands can sometimes be a little bit reckless energy. It wants to explore so much. It wants to meet so many people, take all the chances that can be given to it, like really work with what is given of it. So therefore it can be jumping from situation to situation. The Knight of Wands has this rumor of being like a player kind of guy or girl, a person that, but it's not really because they want to maybe fool other people. It might be different reasons for a person to be a player. One is that they are trying to find something that's really perfect. Like a situation that would really make them happy. So they are not stopping until they find this, and that they are entitled to do. Other people are so afraid of themselves and their inside that they are running from themselves and can't be able to be stopped in any situation. So they just run their whole life, and there's no end to the running, because what they're really running from are themselves, and wherever you go, there you are. So it's this, you need to become friend with your inside, like this jewelry that you have inside that might have many facets and many colors. The green is love. So here people are battling for the energy of love, and it can come in many forms and shapes. Many people feel that they are loved when they have a lot of money, because then they feel secure, like they did when they were small children and didn't have any worry in the world. So people that's very about money, you can feel that they are very superficial, but really they just want love. They want safety. It's like love from the universe, love from God, like let me swim in a swimming pool of money and then I will be happy, because then I feel safe from this changing snake that can come in and challenge me and challenge my life. So that is one shape and form of love. Or stealing other people's stuff when you can't love yourself. Stealing other people's energy, stealing their love, and maybe taint it, being a player and all. So that's love we have here. The yellow is more for speed and strength and your soul's energy. So it's about light, about seeing the truth and acting accordingly with that truth that you see, instead of the lies, which might make you compromise. You might make compromise and tell lies because you want to be loved, or you want to keep that money, or you don't want that lover to go away, or you want to keep that job and that safety. But here with the flash, it's like following your soul wherever it takes you, and it's going to take you through a lot of challenges. What I'm seeing here is like the divine harvesting you on a field of grain, and then kind of shuffling you around to separate the grain from the shell of the grain, and then taking the grain and grinding it in a mill, and then taking the flour, I think it's flour, coming from that mill, the white powder, and putting a lot of ingredients like egg and butter and things, and like nodding you like this. So, and then into the oven, so trial by fire. So it's like a kind of the last state here. So everything, those challenges, they are to make something. Bread is like life force. It's to make you the highest shape of life, to have all this experience, making you like nodding you until you are white, until you are pure. So life is challenges. It's not like finding the rooftop and then live happily ever after. It's not like that. It might be so whenever we leave this place, but here it's just the most courageous knights are being dropped down here to do this spiritual work, being grinded, and also against each other, like with the Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords, because you don't know the thoughts that goes in another person's head. So it's a lot about distrust here. Justice is about what I feel here is that you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your own truth, and that is what you're called to do, using your own strength to get around this Seven of Swords thing. Leave it behind. If people are lying, well, bye-bye to them. So you just say, I don't believe a word that you're saying, and you move along to something better, finding like, I want... It's got to be perfect. It's got to be worth it, what the Knight of Wands are saying, even though he's scared to death about this, fighting for this, and not just staying and getting kind of settling, which many people do. They just settle because, okay, I know what I have, even if it's lying and cheating. I know what I have, but I don't know what I will have in the future if I leave this situation. And it's okay, you are not supposed to burn bridges with people. People might be, it's like waves at the shore. They need to, if you are the wall like this, they need to flash against you like with these waves, splash, and learn things. So if you are a really strong character, which you seem here, people might come to you to get teaching, like with the Knight of Wands, the Sagittarius energy here. So they want your teaching, and you're going to teach them about truth, and kind of following your soul's road, whatever it takes, how much you have to pay for it. Okay. So that was your now. So it seems like Leo is battling with things like truth and strength. How much are you allowed to use your strength when you meet an untruth? Or you sometimes, of course, when you see a person is lying to kind of enhance themselves, maybe they are telling you that they are working in this wonderful place that only a few can work at because they need to have kind of a Mensa brain or something, and you know that this is not true because you know this person from before. It's just that they don't remember you. So you can let them go on. What does it matter? Okay, if you're going to marry the person, you might need to start saying, okay, I love you even though you are not Mensa quality. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be Superman for me to love you. It's like this. People are trying to be someone that they are not when they are meeting in a relationship. They are trying to hide their strength, hide their aggressive qualities, also hiding who they really are. But how are people to love the true you, you know, the eye of you, the eye of the tiger, kind of, or lion in this case, if you don't show your true self? I think you can see this when you look at people in your life, that you also love the difficult people. It's not that they need to be in a certain way for you to love them. It's just making it more complicated for you to love them if they are difficult, but you still love them. So you don't have to lie about who you are to become loved. It's rather the other way around. If Leo come to their true powers, they will become very, very attractive because you have this soul strength with you. It's like you're radiating. Okay, many people might be scared of you because it's almost like you might be out of, it's this, sometimes people don't want people that's out of their league because it's make them feel inferior. Like with the Seven of Swords here, it's like a person giving up before they have even tried. No, I can't have a boy that's that beautiful because there will be competition, and I don't feel like I'm the one that's going to win this. So it's having a little bit bad self-esteem here. That's why we are lying, or that's even lying to ourselves. No, I'm not attractive. It's too beautiful. I don't want those beautiful people. So it's a lot about finding out who you really are and what your fear is. Like with the snake, what are you fearing? What are your walls that you are bouncing against as this wave? That you might need to break free of as well. Those walls within you that's preventing you from aiming to the rooftop for the stars, the treetops as well, they are in the middle. So it's a lot of things going on where you are kind of starting to find out more about yourself and different things inside of you that you weren't aware of before, that you might when this beautiful man come walking down the street, or this beautiful woman, you might look away and pretend like you didn't see her, because it would be so awful if this person were kind of seeing your attraction by them, seeing that you are attracted to them, and that you want them and they don't want you. Can you feel if that would make you fearful? So it's like I'm deciding to not fulfill my dream, to become whatever, you know. Architect is the only thing that can come to my mind here, and you decide I will work at Walmart is coming also to my mind instead. So that is kind of when the Seven of Swords, when you decide that's not for me, I'm not ever going to reach those rooftop or treetops or stars. I'll never be a flash over the sky. I'm just me. So it's like hiding away from challenges. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to aim towards something that's going to disappoint you in the end, make you feel like this, like unworthy, or like you need to steal the stuff, or maybe like find a lover that's a little bit tainted, that no one else wants, or take the job that no one else wants because that feels safe. Okay, so this is the future for you all Leos. And here we have the High Priestess, so it's very good because it's kind of a combination of the Judgment and the Ace of Discs there, and also the Justice. Judgment is 20, we have here 22 plus 0 is 2. We have justice here in this deck, it's number 8, but for me it's always 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. We have the high priestess, that's 2. So this is truth and justice and judgment skills. And also this fertility with the ace of discs, all combined in one card. So the high priestess is, you are not listening to any human law anymore, you are listening to a divine law. So you're following your inner core no matter the consequences. You're not going to be taming your strength anytime soon. And for me it's almost looking like owl in this moon shape. It's the moon and the sun. So it's this with the eyes, and her face is kind of the owl's beacon. And her arms here is tree trunks, so it's also connected to nature. We also have a moon shape there. And at her feet, it's some entangling. It's her roots and kind of the power that she gets from the deep roots of herself. So she's very connected. She's like this beautiful antenna, also connected to the stars. She's like a real beacon of light. So it seems like Leos are teachers by being examples. So you're going through hell. I know you have gone through hell, and many of you Leos might still be stuck in jealousy and control, but this is not what I'm seeing here. But for you cross watchers, this might be talking about you. It can go the other way. It can go in reversal. Okay, so we always meet our shadow. So we can meet the worst Leo ever. That's a control freak that might be violent as well. The Leo is the only predator in the whole astrological signs. Like it's 12 of them. We have Scorpio that has a sting to it. But Leo is the only predator. And so with the high priestess, you have this direct connection to the divine. So you need to go inside to know the truth. You can't look so much on the outside. It can be very frustrating to know the truth inside, but not getting the truth from the outside because people are scared. But at least you can start to clean out your own wardrobe. Like start with the man or the woman in the mirror. Start with her here. Look at yourself, become aware of yourself. And anytime when you're in any kind of situation, you can always have a little antenna inside your own body, listening to this instrument that you have. Actually, the instrument, for me, it's more like your inner child, like the Ace of Cups especially, but also the other pages, like it's the actual antenna, and the high priestess is the one that's the receiver, the total machinery behind receiving the signals, your intuition and your instincts and your hunches and guesses and the subconscious calculation of all the things and the visions that might come to you also from an above level. So you're really like a beacon in the sky, and you need to be a very good example for people. So kind of fake it till you make it. You know where you are supposed to go. So imagine that you're there already and always already acting like this, emotionally mature, calm, cool, self-respect, honesty, a lot of those things. So it can be a little bit lonely, a little bit blue here with the Seven of Swords, Ace of Discs. It's something that hasn't really been revealed. It's some kind of secret that hasn't been revealed yet. So it's not really starting. It's not really hitting off. It's like it's cooking still. You're being marinated a little bit with just learning to connect with your own self and with your own inner eye, this beacon that has this connection with everything. So just get to know your own instrument. That's your body, your sense perception, the feeling inside of you. Go to the most uncomfortable feeling in your body. That's probably your inner fire. This is the spiritual fire that awakens you. Pain, trial by fire. You can go to that fire. It might have been a cooler color right now. Maybe it's blue or bluish purple in color. It might not be so roaring anymore. And just feel that fire inside of you of pain, and be grateful to it. Don't try to send it on its way. Welcome it, because it's the greatest gift that you ever will be given. In the darkest places, in the most fearful places, the greatest treasures are hidden. So face the dragon, the fire of the dragon, and you will find the greatest treasure of your life. So don't avoid yourself. Wherever you go, there you are. You don't have to run. Okay, the next card here is a Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is again about truth, and we see the coloring here from the red is coming true, so kind of saving up this situation. So it might be that there will come through some justice for you. Maybe someone will come and say, well, look, this is the truth here, and they might be like afraid that you will judge them for it. I see the panic. I love this card. It's just so fearful creature, and still so afraid, and still afraid of being judged, the judgment, still afraid of being like, I'm not perfect. Is it something wrong with me? Have I done something wrong? I don't know what to do with this. So you might have a person like this in your life, or you might feel like this, even though you are this great creature, this great spiritual creature, you still feel very inferior. So it's bringing tears of joy to my eyes. It's from my point of view, it's very humoristic. I don't know how it is from your point of view, but truth is coming out. And it's like this wolf, whatever it is, bear, werewolf, is this little child here. And the angel kind of comes, and you see it's the domesticated. So it might be like all those small archetypes is in this creature here. And the angel, it's your soul kind of, just coming and saying that, well, it's okay. Whatever I find in my shadow is okay. Whatever I find with other people, it's okay. We are here to teach new things. We are not here to judge each other for the qualities we already have. The qualities we already have might not be perfect, but it's what is. So you can't really change what is. You can have this beautiful willingness to, like, what should I do with this? So the Six of Swords is like the energy within you that decides to love whatever it finds in the shadow. The Six of Swords, traditionally, it's going over the river Styx to meet your maker or to meet your shadow. And here your shadow is shown to be two small children and a domesticated dog. And the angel is your higher self. That's saying that everything is okay, and you have this snake kind of thing here again, this Merkaba. It's evolution. We are not supposed to be perfect. We are here to evolve. Not if we were perfect already, it would be boring. This life here, nothing would happen. So we are here to evolve. Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. It's counting backward, but it's also, this is very harmonious. We are accepting. It's like what I said. If you know that someone is lying because they don't love themselves enough, you can be this angel with them and just like, well, yes, okay, oh, that was wonderful. Did you, okay, you were picked out for Mensa. That's so wonderful. You must be really smart. So we are not supposed to build up other people's faulty visions of themselves. But when you get to know this person better, you can give them like the hurrahs for their actual personal qualities instead of the lies. But this is how you can take with those lies, that show them that they don't have to lie, that whatever comes out is perfectly okay. If someone comes to you like this and saying, well, look at this lie I have been telling, are you going to hate me forever now? And you are this wisdom creature that, no, I'm just happy that you finally opened up. I have seen this truth all along. I have seen this all along. You just didn't want to see it. I knew that you weren't in Club Mensa, but I didn't it was okay with you saying it. And maybe it wasn't okay. It can be like really stupid lies here with these kind of cards. People can have been lying about things that tear you apart. But it seems to be some kind of, you are anyway connecting to these archetypes within you and forgiving them. So when you deal with your shadow inside of you, people on the outside will not mirror those shadows anymore. So always start with the person in the mirror. Don't blame the other people. If you feel that something is wrong with other people, something is wrong within you. So go within you, solve it, and those things won't be so, you won't attract those kind of sides with that person anymore. They will show other qualities to you. So start with yourself, and by that you also heal others. And yes, of course, I think I saw this with another Leo reading. It's ending with the Sun card, number 19. We have Judgment, number 20 is also here, it counting backwards. 19, the Sun, it's your planet, Leo. It's the Sun, it's clarity, it's truth. So you have been forced to face some lies here, some challenges when it comes to communication, and eventually the truth will come out, and you will have prevailed. You will come out as your soul, like you have found the light. You are not in the shadows anymore. You see things. When you are aware of things, you are aware of the truth, you can do something about it. So I will see here what we have. We have a lot of Leo in this reading. We have also kind of Scorpio there, a little touch of Earth. Knight of Wands is usually Sagittarius, but it might be your own inner shadow here that wants to learn something, wants to come out and be, wants to be domesticated, wants to be a part of the group, not being like a part of you that you don't want to have connection to because you're fearing it, the consequences of being this. We also have Libra here. The moon might attract like Pisces and Cancer energy. Rather much air here, but many major arcana cards as well. So big things are happening for Leo. Okay, so I have changed this because I have felt that these decks are good for different things. So this vibrational energy, I have used it to see the future, but I rather want to use it to reveal what has been the pattern here with you. What's the big thing that has been going on? So I want to see like what's the big thing going on here with Leo. Yes, okay. Wild and free winds, sprite. You see, this is this beautiful energy with this Knight of Wands energy. So it's like maybe you are able to deal with kind of dangerous people or dangerous situation without really becoming too upset anymore. It's like it can't touch you. If people are trying to be stupid or difficult with you, it won't touch you because you're seeing the inner core of them, that there's not they are doing things. It's like with this, if you can't be loved, at least you want to be respected, and if you can't be respected, at least you want to be feared. So the people in your life that kind of wants to be feared or steal your stuff or steal your energy, you see that they do so out of lack of love, and usually it's self-love that's lacking. So I think that you're starting to see that the devil is just a person in a funny hat, what's coming from the Oracle of Visions by Cyril Marchetti. It's very funny comparison, also this with the emperor having no clothes. So you're seeing like through the difficult people in your life and seeing like, okay, so they are very difficult, but you know at least why, because you trust your own instinct and you see that, okay, this is the problem that I have, and then of course I have this problem within me as well. So the wind sprite is an unrestrained creature who can sometimes be responsible for causing havoc and mayhem. In its true essence, it just wants to be wild and free, just as you do. The core soul vibration of your spirit is lacking the joy in independent freedom, which is so rightly processed and acknowledged regardless of what others say. So it's really this, that your Leo spirit needs to be free, not a tamed pussycat anymore. Let your wild, free spirit be free, and kind of let go of control. Whatever happens, happens. Go with the winds of change. Okay, with this wind sprite. Very beautiful. Okay, so I will take a card from the Oracle of Visions to envision your future, Leo. What's the future here? Okay, we already have a card, and it's again connecting to this with your strength. This card is depicting strength. You can see the strength card, a different strength card from Zero Marketti's different decks. This is the Legacy of the Divine. This is the Gilded Tarot, and this is the other one that I don't have just yet. I don't remember the name of it. So this strength card is showing that you have let people be strong on your back. You have kind of tamed your own strength to make things right for other people, hold them up. It's much what I said with this pretending like you fall for this lie about the Mensa Club. This is how you have tamed your strength. And it might be that it's time to diplomatically be careful with one another. All people have this fragile inner core, even if they come out as like rough-edged or almost demon-like. They still have this core of them, wants to be, they are not loved, they want to be respected. If not respected, they want to be feared. So it's all go back to love. So don't be undiplomatic with this. Don't say to them, well, I know you were never in Mensa. You're just saying that to enhance your own ego, stupid person. You don't have to be like that, okay? You can be like, well, okay, is that very important for you? Is that building up your self-image? Because I love you for other qualities that you have, and this with Mensa seems to be like just a little part of you. You have so many other great qualities that I don't care so much for this with you being smart. I'm more this with you the time when you show warmth and generosity to me. So you can be a little bit more smart about it. And of course that might be a lie, but but be at least, if you tell the truth, be diplomatic. Say, I know you're not in Mensa, but I want you to know that I love you anyway. So that might be a good thing. Okay. So my dear Leos, this was a really happy reading to do. I sometimes dread doing the Leo readings because they are always so difficult and dark and twisted and everything. So, but here it seems that you have, why they are dark and twisted is of course that you are the Knights of the Soul. So you're going through this a little bit before everyone else do, because you're going to be showing them the way like this, showing them towards the sun. So towards their own soul. So it has been a rough ride for Leo, I know this, and this was a very happy reading. I think there will come like a lighter time. Anyway, it's like the storm inside of you have settled, and you're fine with just being you. And just remember this, what I said, with tuning into your own energy and getting to know the fire within and not running from it. Okay, so take good care, and I hope to see you again for my next reading. That will be for the beginning of November, and I will give it to you in the middle of October. Okay, so take really good care until then, and bye bye.